Morning students, hope you all are staying safe at home. Today we will be starting a new chapter of social science, that is chapter 3, weather and climate. Weather as it affects on us on a daily basis, but the climate of a place it remains same for a longer period of time. Let us learn about these phenomena. Weather it is all around us and it is very important as we cannot control weather, but weather controls us as how to live, how to settle down, what to wear, what to eat, what to do, what not to, because weather tells us that how a human being should adapt according to a place. It is the day to day condition of a particular place. For example, today it is raining, yesterday it was windy, tomorrow it would be sunny. Then it is changing day by day, and so weather changes every day. The changes in the weather it gives rise to seasons, and these seasons they affect the food that we eat, okay, the clothes that we wear, the houses that we live, and the crops that a farmer grows. Now let us move on to climate. It is the average weather conditions at a particular place over a long period of time. It remains more or less the same year after year. So unlike weather, climate it doesn't changes every day. It is average weather conditions of a particular place, and over a long period of time we take into consideration the climate of a place, which does not changes every day, and majorly it remains same year after year. So deserts they have hot and dry climate, while the Antarctic region it has cold and dry climate. There are certain factors that influence the climate of a place. The first one is distance from the equator. As the surface of the earth it gets heated by the sun's rays, and the rays of the sun it falls vertically near the equator. So these rays they spread over a small area, and because of that the small area gets heated and the place gets hot. So this is the direct heat which makes the place hot near the equator. So, the places near the equator are the hottest regions in the world. And as we move towards the poles, the rays of the sun it becomes slanting and it covers a large area. So the sun's rays it does not get to the place near the poles, that is Arctic and Antarctic, easily, and because of that when the sun rays does not get to the corner poles of the earth, these areas they remain cold throughout the year, and so areas near equator they receive more heat than the areas near the poles. Now let us move on to the second factor, that is altitude. Altitude it is the height of a place above the sea level. So the climate of a place it is also affected by altitude, as the temperature it decreases with increasing height. So as we go higher and higher, the cooler the place becomes, and that is why the peaks of high mountainous areas, or we can say every of the mountainous areas, or the areas which are above the sea level or which are higher, they are covered with snow, and that is why hill stations like Ooty, Mussoorie they are cool even in summers. So the temperature decreases with the increasing height of the land. Now the third factor is distance from the sea. The places which are located near the sea, like Mumbai and Chennai, they are cooler in summers and they are warmer in winters. As these both places they are having moderate climate. On the other hand, the places which are far away from sea, like Delhi, Amritsar, they are hot in summers and they are cold in winters. So they have an extreme climate rather than moderate. So places which are cold to sea, they have moderate climate because of the cool breeze which comes from the sea. The cool breeze which comes from the sea makes the place cool, okay, in summers as well. So in winters the sea breeze it keeps the area warm in winters, and that is why distance from sea is also a factor which influences the climate of a place. Now the next factor is direction of winds. Winds which come from regions that are hot, it increases the temperature. So the winds which are coming from the hot area, it increases the temperature of a place, while the winds which come from cold region, it decreases the temperature. For an example, if Delhi it is hot during the summers, due to hot dry winds which comes from Rajasthan, and in winter the cold winds which comes from Himalayas, it causes cold wave in northern India. So winds which comes from the sea, it brings cool and moist weather, while the winds which comes from hot area, it hot regions, it makes the place also hot. Sometimes winds they bring clouds with them, they causes rainfall also at a particular place. The next factor is humidity and rainfall. Humidity is the amount of moisture or water vapor present in the air. It affects the climate of a place. So whenever the winds it blows from the sea which contains a lot of moisture, it makes the weather humid, and therefore rainfall causes there. And the amount of rainfall it also influences the climate of that place. While some places as they experience rainfall throughout the year, there are some places which do not experience rainfall even a bit. There are some places which experiences rainfall in summers, while some places they experiences rainfall in winter. So there are some places also which experiences snowfall instead of rainfall because of very cold climate, or we can say decrease in temperature. So here winds which contains a lot of moisture which is brought by sea, contains moisture and it causes rainfall at different places. Now let us study about climatic zones on the earth. On the basis of the difference in temperature and rainfall, the earth can be divided in three zones: the torrid zone, the frigid zone, and the temperate zone. So let us learn about the torrid zone. It lies on the both side of the equator, and it extends till the Tropic of Cancer in the north and Tropic of Capricorn in the south. This region, in this zone, the climate is very hot because it is near the equator, and it is very hot and humid throughout the year because sun rays they fall directly over this area, on this area, and this area is having a tropical climate, and that is why this zone is also known as tropical zone. India, it lies in tropical zone. Now let us learn about frigid zones. As these areas they lie between Arctic and the North Pole, it is known as North Frigid Zone. The areas which lies between the Antarctic Circle and the South Pole, it is known as South Frigid Zone. And as you all know that frigid zones, these are the zones which are on the corners of the earth, so they do not get the direct sun rays, and because sometimes they get the slanting rays, so the area is not heated much, and that is why these areas they remain cold throughout the year. Let us learn about the temperate zones. These are the areas which lie between the torrid zone and the frigid zone in the both of the hemispheres, and these are known as temperate zone. So this zone it is neither very hot nor very cold, and it is away from the equator. So Vietnam is an example which is located in the temperate zone. So students, I hope that you have understood the chapter. With this we are having an activity to do. You have to make a weather station. You have to make a weather station which shows day to day condition around you, which changes every day. Try to be creative. As you can mark your temperatures, or we can say your mood, according to your mood, your temperatures in the weather station. Enjoy and have a good day ahead.